I'm Stacey Hyde, and welcome back to episode 105 of Better Financial Health in 15 Minutes or Less. Today, I'd like to talk about a great gift idea for the children or grandchildren in your life, or nieces or nephews, and that is a 529 plan. It's a college savings plan, but it actually is more than that now. It can be used to fund up to $10,000 a year toward private high school or private middle school, elementary school. It can be used to fund trade or vocational training. It can be used to pay for dental, medical school, getting your MBA, getting a PhD. Maybe you have very smart children and grandchildren and you're thinking they're going to get a scholarship. Well, they can use the money to pay for housing, to buy a computer, to pay for internet service during their college years. It's a very flexible tool, and it's even gotten more flexible because now up to $35,000 per beneficiary can be rolled over to a Roth IRA for the beneficiary should they not need all of that money in their 529 plan. And I think that that's a really powerful motivator to help people save for retirement. Because when you look at what holds people back as they're starting out in their career, being able to maybe start their own company or buy a home, start a family, oftentimes it's those student loans. And so if you can help those people, those young people in your life that you care about, by putting money into a 529 plan, it just really helps set them a leg up and to get started early. Just to recap some of the basics of a 529 plan. Funds go in after tax. However, if you live in a state with the state income tax, many of them, such as Arkansas and Missouri to name two, if you put money into a 529 plan, up to $10,000 per person or $20,000 for a married couple, you can exclude those contributions from your income for purposes of calculating your state income tax. The caveat there is you have to use the state's version of the 529 plan. All states have a 529 plan. You don't necessarily have to use your state's plan, but if you want to get that state tax deduction, you do have to use your state's plan. And multiple people can contribute to the same 529 plan. For example, my husband and I had set one up for our kids when they were little, but then my grandmother wanted to contribute some funds too, so she just contributed her funds to the 529 plans we already had set up, and then she set up new plans for my nieces. So that's how that sets up. And the funds in there grow tax deferred, meaning no taxes due on the earnings over time. And then as long as the funds are pulled out for tuition, room and board, internet access, then those monies, you never pay tax on those gains. So it works a little bit like a Roth IRA. The other flexibility you have with a 529 plan is you can change the beneficiary. So say for example, you have one child who got a big scholarship, but the other child did not. So you had more than enough for one child, but not enough for the other. You can change the beneficiary to that other child and use those funds tax-free for that child. And it's also a good planning tool if you are fortunate enough to be wealthy enough to be facing estate taxes if you were to pass away. When you set up a 529 plan, you're still the owner, but it's considered a completed gift for estate tax purposes. That means that it's out of your estate and your estate won't be taxed on it as long as you survive 3 years, but you still maintain control of it, meaning you can change beneficiaries and that sort of thing. So there is a lot of flexibility there. I think it's a great tool to help the next generation, because education is priceless, and being able to help those that you love and care for to avoid student loans and be able to get the education they need to give themselves a leg up, I think that's a priceless gift. So thanks for tuning in. This has been another edition of Better Financial Health in 15 Minutes or Less.